My name is Endeavour, based in Johannesburg. I'm a mother of 2, divorced, an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and also a community member, a daughter to my mother, and a friend and a sister. And let's start.
Well, anyway, my name is Kwame. By profession, I don't define myself with title, but I could say that by profession, I'm an IT consultant. Work for different companies in Europe, and Canada, and North America. But since it's a relationship, so I would say that I have 3 boys on my own. I had a daughter that passed away, and 2 divorces, and so that means also 2 marriages. So I'm in a position also to give my take or my thoughts on relationships. So we know that the Black community in general have been suffering, have been kind of bleeding with divorces and broken homes and families. So we want to put our thoughts into it, relationship from the deep level of relationships, because we are looking for a long-term solution. We are looking for permanent happiness. And I know that it's a blessing when you have a partner in life. So that is what I can say about myself. So we're going to start this podcast together with Lebo from South Africa, and this Kwame. I'm a global trotter, but based in Canada, live in 11 countries. So, I love people. So I learned my skills from different people that I visited and lodge with, see how family dynamics operate. So I want to just contribute towards how we can also use our voice. We might not have the money, but we can also use our voice and experience and wisdom to change things. I believe that change starts from oneself. So we are the change. All right. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Make sure that you subscribe to this video, and then also share this knowledge, and also comment below. All right. We'll be back again. Stay tuned. All right. Hello. Thank you all for watching this, and this is part 2 of a series program that we are in relationships. We back to the studio. Here with me, I'm with Lebo from South Africa, a mother of 2 with a lot of experience. Is a community activist, also helping the community in South Africa, and also myself, also world traveler, live in different families, and starting from a humble beginning. So I'll say that we are in the stand to continue this series, which is relationship for Africans worldwide. So don't forget to share this video, comment, and also subscribe. If you're listening, this will benefit you, because we're starting relationship from the grassroots level, bottom up to the top. Stay tuned and listen very carefully. So now, what does it mean to you when we talk about relationships?
Relationship begins from home. Relationship with your mother, relationship with your father, siblings, neighbors, community at large, and relationship with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It begins with thyself. So if you start building that relationship with yourself, to communicate with yourself, to relate with yourself, get to know who you are, it makes things a bit easier to be in a position to relate with the community at large, to relate with your family members, friends and families. It's where the beginning of a relationship is. From childhood, is your child playing with other children? Have you been taught, to interact and, share a stock street, a lollipop with another child? That's the beginning of relationship, is where we get to understand the qualities. There's a reason we would say that, oh, this child is friendly, or this child is this child is this. It all begins from home, the home where a child comes from, and the parents, and even the child that has been brought up by community is also one of the greatest contributor in one's life. So
just lay emphasis, if you're listening, the we lay emphasis on relationships starting from home, which they say charity begins at home. So that means how you relate to your parents, your siblings, your friends at school, even despite the programming, the parents program you, school program you, the government also program politically because they are the one making the laws. And how do you navigate as a child through all these things? It's forming up who you're going to become when you're old. Relationship doesn't start when you're old. It starts from when you are young, beginning day one that they're born on this universe. And how also you relate to the environment, the nature, the plants, the animals. Maybe you have a dog or cat, how you are treating them. Sometimes maybe you are molesting all your pets. You don't feed them. Maybe the plants, you don't water them.
True.
So these are the things that you have to grab when you're young. So relationship, the key word, I'm going to lay emphasis on the key word, start from day one you are born. And charity begins at home. We'll be back to you again. Stay tuned. We are just making a series of it. We're studying it and we're going to go deeper when you started marrying. Not that even till you die. So we'll be back. Stay tuned. Don't forget to share this video, subscribe, comment, and you know what? Make sure you subscribe again so that our channel will grow up and then you become part of the community. This is a family we are building. We want to solve the problem with our smart mouth. It's not everything about money, but sharing wisdom. We don't want to die with our wisdom, but take it, make use of it. Don't forget, you are the change. We are the change. You are the change. Thank you and stay tuned. We'll be back again. Hey, if you're watching again, we are back again. This is Kwame and this Level in the studio. We know that we have our channel is Inner Temple Mission. So don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot of videos there about meditation, about affirmations and different programs and series that we have. So check our channel, YouTube channel. Again, it's called Inner Temple Mission because we believe that everything that you're looking for is within you. And because your body is the temple of God. And we are the co-creator of the Supreme Creator. So don't forget that you are capable. This beyond the sky is your limit. So we are talking about relationships that affect a lot of family, a lot of people that are not making it as a blessed relationships. What is relationships? It involves a whole lot of things. So we are breaking down from the core grassroots, like I promised you. We're going to break it down for you so you understand. So next time you find a man or a woman that have all the qualities that you're looking for, you bow down to that woman or you bow down to that man. All right? So now that we talk about the childhood, we say that relationships start from home and charity begins at home. Your parents have to get involved, the community have to get involved, even the government, the politics, the programming, and all those things. So now if the child have all those ingredients, like when you want to cook, you have to have all the ingredients to make a food or soup or whatever it is. Now, when do you think a child or who grow up to become an adult to start having a relationship, like a boy and girl dating and all those things? What?
This is a very complex matter because when we're talking about relationships in terms of like dating, we're talking about different types. You're doing other things. It's a co-creation within alignment. Because you're going to find somebody that you relate with, either good or bad. So you will attract the person that you seem to be attracting at that particular time, someone who is similar. If you're thinking lower vibrations at that particular time, you are going to find someone at that level. So if one is aware, you would be in a position to find someone who is more aware within your level, of understanding and consciousness. So for me, I would say that in terms of dating, it doesn't come up with age, it comes with understanding, being aware of what you are doing. Because there are people who get into relationship because they want to be validated by community. They want to fit within the culture of the community that I've got to be doing this at a certain age. My understanding and my take that's the reason society actually I would say that they get defeated. Sometimes it's self-defeating thoughts, that we come up with, that at a certain age you must be dating, at a certain age you must be we are depriving ourselves an opportunity for expansion, because we're following, what other people are thinking we should be doing at that particular time. But if you were to follow your inner being, you would know when you meet the right person at the right timing. Not somebody who's not going to be demanding certain external things from you. Somebody who's going to help you to want to become better as a human being. So
normally we always, like a man's side, we always lay emphasis on the physical. If I'm looking for how tall is the girl, light skin color, maybe you have a hair lock, which we call dreadlock. I don't want to use that term, dreadlock, but I'll use the appropriate word is headlock, because dreadful, is negative to that. So I say hairlock, nice girl. Maybe, black people like the bomb, they call it, So we are, as a man, we're looking at the physicality of a human being, which in a way, that's not the thing that we should be looking at, but rather we should be looking at compatibility, alignment, maturity, listening skills, and the men also deserve respect. Men want to be respected by a woman that they are dating. So instead of looking at the physical, focusing all your energy on the physical aspect, you should also shift the paradigm, shift the mind towards this woman. You want a woman for life partner, not just temporary happiness or sexual pleasure. All right, keep that in mind. But you want a woman that is going to be stable, that's going to give you forth children, because we are talking about relationship. Don't forget, not just pleasure. We're talking for something we're talking about long-term relationship here. So this podcast is for mostly adults who are more serious. So instead of focusing on the external, also focus on the internal. Now, what are the internal you're looking for? You're looking at character. You're looking at how the person take care of herself. If I'm a man, does he have cooking skill? Because if you have a child or children, you want your children to be healthy, good food. So the lady that you are dating have to have social skill, how to communicate, social skill, communication skills, And
I think before we even get to that part, before the social, it begins first with thyself, as we did mention in the first part.
That means that the person has to work
on themselves
first.
Because there are times community says, you've got a checklist. We find those who, with a checklist, to say that I'm looking for a man like this. He must be tall, muscular, he must be educated, he must be bringing this amount of money home and all that. But while we're doing the checklist, you also take that as a reflection of yourself, that do you meet the very same qualities that you expect from somebody else? Because at times, particularly with certain religion or there are certain expectations that a man has to provide, a man has to do this, a man has to do this.
All right, if you're listening, that's an intro. We're going to come back on expectation from you as a man, and expectation from you as a woman. So stay tuned. Don't leave. At the end, we're going to give you all the knowledge and the wisdom that you want that will help your relationships. Again, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Inner Temple Mission. And we're going to carry this conversation also to our Facebook group, which is Africans Worldwide. All right? And don't forget, we also have a website, which is also innertemplemission.org, where we sell things, because when we travel the world, we want to bring Africa to the world. So we have souvenirs, we have gifts. Check out our latest product from South Africa. All right? And also Ghana is there for you. All right? Stay tuned. We'll be back again right away. Thank you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, gods and goddesses, we are back again. We're talking about relationships. So if you're just joining in, my name is Kwame from North America and Ghana. I'm just a continental African man, traveling the world, gathering knowledge and wisdom. My background is in IT, but my passion is into people management, relationships, because I have 2 divorces and 2 marriages. And beside me is a level from
South Africa.
over to you.
Yeah, sure.
Level of South Africa. She's a mother. Have 2 kids, grown-up kids, and it's not easy as a single mother raising up 2 kids on her own. And also as an entrepreneur, business. Don't forget. So now we're gonna carry on, move along. So right now we're gonna talk about expectation. If you're listening now, take a note, take your paper, take your essay book or your laptop, write everything that we are talking about. It's very important if you want to have a good relationship. We start from the ground root level as a child, all right? That means programming, giving your skills, charity begins at home, your character, the way you take care of your environment. We talk about your pets, if you do have, not everybody have, but the plants, if you water the plants, this is our responsibility. Mental discipline also.
Absolutely.
That will help you in your relationships, okay? You have to be mentally strong. Because don't forget, women, they are trouble, but you have to be able to handle trouble. You have to be a solution provider. Take note of that.
I don't agree. Women
are. So now, let's focus on that.
It's okay.
You don't agree that women cause a lot of trouble in relationship.
It's a two-way.
But sorry about that, because a relationship is 2 people that comes together to make it work. All right?
Absolutely.
Nobody's perfect. And I always say that you are not above your woman if you're religious. We're going to talk about religion too, because religion makes some of the men feel superior at home, and then the woman is domesticated animal, cooking and usually relaxing, watching TV and soccer like that. We're going to talk about that. I promise that this is a relationship because I want you to have a best relationship in life. I don't want to have 2 divorces and 2 marriages. Have 1. But before you pick, make sure you pick the right one. And we're going to teach you how to pick the right one too.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about expectation. Yeah. Now, what do you expect in the relationships?
Okay.
Or what are your parents expecting from you? Or who is deciding for you what men to pick and what are you looking for?
Okay. I would talk about expectation from my personal point of view. What I've experienced, because sometimes we get into courtship after high school, after college, or after university. One is expected that at a certain age you must be married, you must be engaged, you must be this. This is part of community, this is part of culture, this is part of expectations from the family as well. That tends to put more pressure. Also from peers, that my friend got married at the age of 20, I must also be getting married. So it's putting a lot of pressure on an individual. So it comes up with expectations, and I will talk from my point of view that particularly when I got married to my ex-husband, I had daddy issues, I had daddy issues, I had problems from my childhood, from childhood at home, and I had this vacuum that I needed somebody to fill in as an example. So I had really high expectation that maybe after being married, all my problems were going to be solved. And only to find that I was not even aware that I'm going to put a poor man, into something that he didn't know even how to handle. And some of the things were not even discussed, because we don't discuss these things, most of us in African communities.
And adding to that, sometimes we see the red lights, we see the flaws, but you're hoping that if you marry this person, you're going to change this person, or this person is eventually going to change. But let me tell you, this is what I say, it's a character, you can't hide it. You can hide it temporarily, but when it's going to show. So that's what we are trying to avoid, is that when you're a childhood, make sure that your parent, if you're going to be a parent, make sure that you mold the child towards having a better relationships. So that way you instill good character in the child. You understand? So this expectation of having a woman, this woman with red light, but you like her body and everything, but you're going to change the rest, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Right? So take note of that.
And remember that in the long term, while you're building, because you're expecting this, let's say for an example, you come from a home where I was raised up not as a girl. I was raised up as an individual to fit
Independent.
within independent individual, you know.
A lioness.
Yeah. And where I can paint, I can wash the dishes, I can do the garden, I can basically plastering. I've done some plastering work even in the past, you know. So there's nothing that I can't do. You know, if you take me to the boardroom, I would negotiate. I would do the best part, you know. And you take me to the kitchen, I will still do an excellent job. You take me to the garden, I will still be in a position. So one has to be in a position to fit in, to say that
One must be versatile.
Absolutely, I can
All
do
right.
this. I can do
One in
this.
different cups.
Yeah, absolutely, I can do this for myself. I'm not waiting for a man to come and rescue me from this situation, from finance, you know, to the kitchen, you know, to the garden, you know. You go to shopping, you know how beautiful it is as a woman or as a sister, as an independent soul, as an independent...
So this is a woman that is trained, not relying for a man to be a provider, but a man should be a solution provider. You know, both of them have to come with solution.
Absolutely.
How to make it.
They become solution architects
and balance.
Together.
Like I said, a man is not above the woman, nor below.
Absolutely.
A woman is not above a man, nor below. It's balance. You got to have a balance scale like this.
This is where co-creation...
This compatibility and alignment.
Absolutely.
All in balance. You get that? We'll be back again. The next part is going to be religious beliefs. All right? Tribalism, racism, and culture.
Okay.
Stay tuned for that.
Okay. I just wanted to...
Before we leave, the Queen want to ask something for you.
Okay.
Listen very well.
And also just to add to that, when we're talking about relationship, matured relationship, we're talking about co-creation within alignment with each other. Is when you would be in a position, we're talking about compatibility.
That's deep.
It's co-creation that is within alignment with each other.
Let me repeat again. Co-creation within alignment. Because meaning that if you have a child, you're going to co-create. You're going to have children.
Okay.
Is that what you
No.
mean?
Co-creation,
okay, break it down
particularly...
for us.
Let's say, for an example, you already have children. I have children already, but we are compatible to a certain point where we see that you've got certain qualities. I've got certain qualities. We've got desires, a rocket of desires that are within alignment with the goals that you want to achieve. Where we decide to sit to say that, hey, you like the same thing that I like the same things that you like. How about if we blow this rocket of desires and create what we want to see, because we are the creators of our own realities. Nobody came here to create for anybody else. Everybody came to come and experience this beautiful life, you know, for their own creation, because nobody can create for anybody.
So in short, that you have to create your own relationship based on your own common interest, based on your tradition and culture and all those things. Because you are two army now. You are two together.
And two is better than one.
So that means you have to create something that works for you guys in relationship. Don't be a follower, but be a leader, be a trendsetter. Create a relationship that works for you. You and your woman or your spouse, you got to create it. All right? That means taking control of your relationship, not allowing your parents to intervene or third party to intervene.
Because I think it's where parents even tend to, for an example,
we'll be back on that.
Oh.
So,
okay.
Well, if you're watching this program, it's about relationships. How we start from when we are a child, growing up, becoming adult, towards marrying the love of your life, or the apple of what?
The apple of my eye.
Probably, yeah. Are you an apple? You are beyond an apple. Nothing's beyond your capacity.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned and listen to where we're going to go. But don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying this series program relationship that we are having. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure that you help us, our channel grow. Okay? And also comment. We want to hear from you, your thoughts. No, we might be saying something. Maybe you might come with better ideas.
Absolutely.
We are just collecting solutions so that we can help our generation have a better relationship. All right, stay tuned. We'll be back again. Thank you. Yes, we're back again. This level with me in the studio. There's Kwame here now having a conversation in South Africa on relationships. Now, this program is about, building a sustainable relationship. We want relationship to last. We don't want divorces where children are left, parents are fighting, you know. This toxic relationship, it's not working. It's not good for humanity. We are here on this planet to be happy with each other.
Absolutely.
We are human beings, and also take care of the plants and the environment, you know, and be happy. No, happiness is better than anger, you know, and good is also always over evil. So if things are not structured good for you, you're not in alignment, in compatibility, you're just the external side of it, how you can make money of this woman. That's not relationship that we're talking about here. We talk about a relationship that lasts till you die. All right? So stay tuned. So, like I said, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Don't pay for anything, but we'll give you the wisdom. All right? So, now we're talking about two strangers from different places. Either you meet them locally, or you meet them online. I know most of you, you know, you do that thing, chat, and go subscribe to all this online thing, hiding around, nobody knows about it. But now, this is the generation we are online. You're looking for a woman, go online, technology. We're going to talk about that. So, two strangers. One is in Canada, North America, Australia. One is in Africa or in Asia. Different qualities. Maybe one might be religious. Maybe one might be a Buddhist. One might be a pagan. Maybe one might be a witchcraft. Hey, I'm not trying to scare you. But you know, that's a reality of things. You don't know anything about women. You just see this one picture online. You don't know anything. You are there far away. Now, how would this thing work?
Okay.
What the man should be looking for, what the woman should be looking for, what are the red lights, what are the signals, how are they going to mingle all these things, what are they based on, how do they build up this relationship that will last?
Okay. Before we even get to building the relationship that lasts, it begins first with thyself to say that this is me, level.
Your inner temple.
Yes. You know, the relationship that I have with my inner being, my expectations out of life, what do I want to achieve, and who do I want to share this life with, you know. Is it a companionship that I'm looking for, or I'm looking for someone to come and take care of me? So unfortunately for me, I don't fall into that category where I'm looking for a man to come and take care of me, but I'm looking for someone to co-create with, you know, to fulfill the desires of my heart and his heart as well, because we put all that together to say that what is it that we want to achieve together is where we will be going through that together to say that, oh, he likes this, I like this. This is what he wants to achieve. How do I support him in his dream? How does he support me in my dream? Supporting me meaning each and every young girl or young boy, when they grow up, they've got dreams and aspirations. You know, it's where one of the key things that we are talking about, you know, where you get to know that, oh, I want to start my own talk show. You want to start, for an example, the beautiful thing that you are doing right now, you know, having to engage with African worldwide and bringing the light within the communities and families and children and all that is, I think, is one of the core desires that you have within yourself, that you want to help humanity.
Passion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So my take on this is it important that the two couples have to be Christian or Muslim, or non-religious, or do they have to come from the same culture, the same tradition, the same tribal beliefs, or two different entities can be together, can cohabit?
Okay. My take on that, when I see people, I know that we are all coming from the divine source, which is God, all of us. For me, I see people beyond borders, beyond color. I see people as souls, because we all came here to come and create. So if you're asking me about your color, of course, one will be identified as a black woman, you'll be identified as this and that and that and that, but we see beyond that. And in terms of religion, it's a sensitive matter that has to be respected, because we all come from different backgrounds. And as your words saying that from darkness to light, that either we are Christians, it depends with one's relationship with themselves. one would have that great relationship with God within them, the light, the Christ, the inner being within them, and they would be in a position to relate with people around them. So they would not even see that as an obstacle.
But isn't it better that we are equally yoked? That means it might be easier for me if you're from my same culture. We speak the same language. Okay. For example, I'm from Ghana. I speak Ewe or Tree or Gan or whatever it is, and you also speak Gan. It will be easier we can transfer that knowledge to our kids and teach them the local language. Wouldn't it be that easy? Or you are Christian, I'm a Christian, also we have the same belief system, or we are from the same culture. Would it be easier for us, or how do you see that? The world is big with different culture, different traditions, different beliefs, different religious denominations and all those things. So they say birds of the same feather flock together. And equally yoked. And these are things that will make it easy for you in relationship. What do you talk about that? So and again, we are dividing, we are also putting in tribalism and racism together also. So we are in the same tribe. We come together. You are Zulu, I'm Zulu. You are Kosa, I'm Kosa.
Okay.
For me, or do we go universal, as looking at the person as a human being with the value that person has and the quality, and forget about their belief system? How does it work?
You would find people coming from the same culture and still speaking the same language, same culture, everything, the same, but still.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
People from the same culture will still have the same problem. They'll still divorce each other.
Absolutely.
So many cases. For example, I married somebody from Ghana before. Divorce. Why? I'll let you know. Stay tuned. We'll be back again right away. Boom. All right, we're back again. Thank you for staying, listening to us. What we're talking about. We're talking about relationship from the grassroots. We're going up. So now, right now, we're talking about differences. Two strangers with different backgrounds. It's difficult, but there's solution for you. We're gonna find the solution for you. All right. Absolutely. So don't be scared that even though she's from South Africa, you are from Nigeria or Ghana or Sierra Leone, Liberia, or you are African American. You cannot date African because you guys are different. The way you do things. No, relationship is not based on that. But we're gonna tell you what is based on. So listen to the Queen. So now we're talking about relationship, two people with different culture, different tribal beliefs, religious beliefs, and all those things. For example, you are a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I'm a pagan. I don't go to church. I don't believe in your white Jesus Christ. Is it possible for me to date you or to marry you, because we're going to have kids in that environment? How are we going to impact those belief system to our children, and also know that to raise up a child takes one voice, not two voices. Not that I'm saying something, you saying something to the child. It doesn't work. Parents must always have one voice. Discipline. Before the child.
Absolutely.
Write it down. And don't forget to subscribe also when you write it down. All right? Okay. So now we're talking about differences. What is your take on that?
In terms of the differences, people can speak the same language, they can come from the same background, same culture, same everything, religion and all that, and still not get along. We're talking about the co-creation with each other, because there's an alignment.
So you are saying that people like from the same country, the same religion, they can also create chaos and toxic relationship in their home, causing divorce.
Yeah.
So Africans, Americans dating African American too, there's a divorce there. Africans dating Africans, there's a divorce there.
Absolutely.
Or both ways. So what must hold you, not divorce? Stay tuned and take a note and listen very well.
I would say that
what will hold these two people together?
Okay.
From your experience.
Co-creation from the beginning, brick by brick, stone by stone, that is cemented by the concrete of trust, that is concrete of pure supreme love, that is co-creation together, and also cementing that, with the things that make you guys to bring the best out of each other, or than the worst out of each other. Because we've seen couples, we've experienced that in our relationships, or in our marriages, past marriages, where you see people fighting like cats and dogs. What makes people? Because We are part of love. We are part of the divine source, which is God. What makes us to derail ourselves from that alignment, to do something that is not in line with pure supreme love, you know. So those are the things that immediately when you find yourself that, you know what, I am not finding myself today, it's where communication is coming in to, you know, for your partner to understand that, no, my woman is not herself today, or my man is not herself today. What do? You know, you give each other a space, you know, for her to be in a position to breathe, to find herself back to the core of who she is. You know.
So in other words, if you find a woman or man, you have to recognize the divinity within them. You have to recognize the God within them. So if I know that I can see the light within you, you can see the light within me. There's no way that you're going to disrespect the God within me. We're talking about the God within me, not the God in the sky. We're talking about you yourself as a God, because you are created in the likeness and image of God, and your body is the temple of God. So everybody has the inner voice within them. You are born with it. So if I recognize that you are divine, that you have a godness within you, there's no way that I'm going to disrespect you. I'm seeing you as a human being. See your woman as a human being, a unique human being, not because it's religious or Christian or that. Those are external things. Don't focus on the external world, but focus on inner engineering, what is within the person. Now, for them to hold together tight, they must have a platform. They must have a foundation. So what's the foundation going to build on? The foundation that's going to be built on, it must be something divine. It must be something unique. It must be something spiritual, not external. You understand? It must be not, oh, because she's pretty, or she have money, or she have a nice car, she have a house, and all. Those are temporal happiness. All right, it lasts for a certain time, and when you get fed up.
And that does not define a character, because when material things are all taken away from you, let's say for an example, everything gets stripped away from you.
You lost the house.
You lose everything that you have.
The woman is no more pretty because she have a baby. She's
apart even from the baby. Apart from the baby.
Are you listening?
We're talking about material things that define. Somebody sees you there with a Range Rover.
Or title. She don't have that job no more.
If you don't have that anymore, if you don't have that anymore, what is left within you is a character. For me, I fall in love with the character of a soul.
You understand?
The character that defines who you are, to say that. Are you still able to be resilient regardless of the challenges that you are faced with? Are you still able to press forward and still see a silver lining even in the middle of a storm? Or are you seeing all the negativity to say, why is this happening to me? Why this and that, and pointing fingers at other people except you? Because people tend to be wrong, or they're not giving me support, or we expect people to be there for us. But before we can expect anybody to be there for us, be there for thyself. Be there for yourself.
Be there for thyself.
Be
Take
there
note
for
of that.
Be there for yourself.
And we talk about resiliency, consistency, mental discipline. That's why you do some fasting sometime. Fasting to control food, to abstain from sex. Because some of you are in relationship for sex. No, it will not work. Make sure that you are in relationship because you love the God within your partner.
Absolutely.
And that is what we're talking about. Maybe you can say Holy Spirit or whatever. I'm talking about the inner voice. Things talk to you. Which character? Character never change. You cannot hide character. That makes you who you are. You are what you are based on your belief system. You are what you are based on your character. You are what you are based on how you see your partner also. You must be the reflection of your partner.
Or the reflection of what you want to see.
Yeah.
Be that change that you want to see.
Yeah.
Be the change that you want to see around yourself.
And reduce the expectation. Reduce it. Be the one that have that expected behavior.
Okay, let me give
you.
Let me give you as an example.
You want to break it down?
Yeah, let me give you as an example part of the expectations that I had after my divorce, and I went through a process of questioning everything that I've been taught from childhood. You know, what the community is expecting me to do, what my peers and friends and associates are expecting me to do, where I had to find myself, because I realized that I didn't even know who I was. You know, I was lost in my own world because I was living for other people, trying to please that, trying to please that, trying to please that. And you get to a place where you get so drained and torn apart, you know, and where you would end up, if you're not aware of, you know, the circumstances that you find yourself in, you'll end up resenting and hating people.
So in order to, relationship is not a show business. Those Instagram photos, showing up and all those stuff. No, we're talking about serious things here. We're talking about relationship that is beneficial for your children.
Absolutely.
We don't want divorce no more. We don't want any toxic relationship. We want you to succeed in your relationship. So we're going to be back again. So don't forget to subscribe, comment this channel, share this video with humanity, share it to the world, because this is something that we are bleeding. We want happiness, but happiness is within you, and it's cherry on top. If you can share your happiness, the bonus surplus happiness you get, you can share with your partner in relationship.
Absolutely.
To make it work for you.
Absolutely.
One hand, join together, will make it work. It must fit, not a square peg in a round hole. Don't think otherwise. Don't have any bad thoughts. I'm talking about it must fit. You guys have to fit in, be in alignment. Just like a vehicle, if one wheel tire is not good, it cannot move smoothly on the road.
May I add something to that? When you're talking about now the alignment with that, let's also remember that alignment is not like your degree that you've got there and post it on your wall. You put it on your wall for you to see that on a day-to-day basis. We're talking about alignment, which is a daily work that we do. Relationship-wise, let's say for an example, as a couple, I work on myself while you work on yourself, and we help each other while we are on the journey to become better people than the people that we were yesterday. This is what is making it a relationship to be more beautiful, to be more fruitful, so that even our children can eat from us. You've got to be a tree that everyone should want to sit under and say, I'm enjoying this, or be the light that attracts even people from the dark to say that I want to be like them, purely because of not anything that we say, but purely because of the action, the behavior, how we carry ourselves, and our thoughts, because thoughts become things.
Thoughts become things. Be the beacon, be the light of all this, so that you can shine over their darkness as well. You understand? So this is what we're talking about. We're not talking about, if you say alignment, you're not talking that you should have a master's degree, I should also have a master's degree, PhD. If I say PhD, pull him down, pull her up. You understand? Don't pull him down, but pull her up. All right? So we're not saying alignment, we have to have a car, you have a car. You know, we're talking about alignment within. We're talking about inside. Inside alignment. That means we are compatible. That means our vision is the same, our intuition is the same. We can see things beyond before it happens, because when you're in tune, when your woman thinks, you're also thinking the same. When your woman wants to eat banana, you know that she wants it. So anyway, stay tuned. We're going to hit you up with a lot of advice. If you are benefiting of this, make sure you subscribe, comment also. Tell us that if we are doing good or not. You know, we want to be the better. We want to be the best version of ourselves. You do that also. Stay tuned, we'll be back again. Thank you for watching. All right, boom, we are back again. This Kwame, this level with me in the studio. So if you are just joining, know that it's about relationship. We start from the childhood, the day one you're born in this universe. But right now, you know, listen to our podcast, follow it. It's a series breaking down. So right now, this series is about how do you find a partner? Yeah. How do you find a partner? Can you suggest? Comment below if you know the best way to find a partner. But let me ask the queen in the house, in the studio. Yeah. How do you find a partner?
Yeah. Okay.
Or what age should I start looking for a partner?
Okay.
As a, you know, we started from a childhood, right? So don't forget, we all have a kid. Maybe your child is 21 years old. You're wondering, oh, you haven't seen your child with a boy, girlfriend, and things like that. What's happening? Maybe he's just busy on games. busy on studies. Yeah, you want to be a master, you want to finish that degree on university. But what is the right time for us to start looking for a woman?
Okay.
Or how do we find it? The queen, or the apple of your eye.
The apple of
How do you find it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do you have idea? Put it down below. But let's listen.
Okay, we all have it within us. When you have laid eyes on that particular individual, your inner temple will tell you that he is the one, she is the one. From the first time you lay your eyes on that particular person, you just know it. Your inner being will guide you. That's the reason from time to time we hear people saying that, you know, something said to me I should do this, something said to me I should do this, and I didn't listen, or I didn't do this, because sometimes we tend to ignore the light within us that continue to, you know, the discernment within us. That, the discernment that is within all of us. Sometimes that discernment tend to actually, the light within us tend to be covered by so many layers that needs to be peeled off, is where the peeling off is now coming in, you know, in terms of the preparedness of your partner to say that, you know what, these are the qualities that I expect, where to find that, this, you will have the light within you. You know, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear,
that is
somebody
deep.
will be there to guide you, or somebody, you know, your divine helpers, you know, the angels, you know, people, you know, from your fellow whatever, but something will happen that will bring two people
your
together
ancestor.
that were meant to be. You know, what is meant to be? There is nothing that people can do to people, two people, you know, who are meant to be together. Even if parents, they can come and say, no, he's not enough for you, he is not man enough. If you know within the core of who you are that this is your man, this is your woman, there's nothing that can separate you.
So, you know, let me just add something to that. Queen is talking about, again, we're back to the inner voice, inner engineering, meaning that out of million people there, there's only one. I'm not saying one, but let's just say for one now. If you are listening to yourself, know thyself. I repeat, know thyself. If you know yourself very well, and you are listening to your inner voice, you know, the voice within you. We all have that voice. And you are in total alignment with yourself.
Absolutely.
The voice will speak to you, meaning that
the discernment, you will feel it, you will know it, you will act.
Is that what they say, that you have a butterfly?
The whole zoo comes out, actually. Not just only butterfly, the whole zoo.
Have you experienced that before?
Absolutely.
In your life?
There's this guy that I met, awesome, beautiful. The first time I laid my eyes on this guy, my inner being said, he is the one. I said, what? So
that means you've been listening to yourself.
Absolutely. Remember,
how do you listen to yourself?
Okay.
Do you do meditation, yoga,
Okay.
whatever?
So,
why do you listen to yourself that's the right, that's what is telling you is the right voice? How do you know? Because we have conflicting voice within ourselves.
It depends.
Break it down for us.
Okay. You know, when you get to know, you're starting to know who you are. Like as I mentioned earlier on, that I had to start questioning everything that I've been taught. By community, by that and that and that. So many voices, actually.
Programming.
Programming.
From childhood,
yes,
Again, we go back to childhood. Programming.
Absolutely.
The school programming, your parents programming,
community,
society programming, peer pressure.
Peer pressure and all
friends
that.
program your mind. You know, you get confused.
Yeah. And we
you put a veil block your inner voice.
And we also
block it.
We also inherit the beliefs of other people.
The belief system.
Of other people. That's the reason I got to a point where after my divorce, I started asking myself questions.
You pay attention to yourself.
I said, Lebo, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? If you're listening,
so who are
look
you?
in your mirror and see yourself within yourself and question yourself, who are you?
Who are you?
First.
So I asked myself that question.
Before you start bringing somebody to join you. Who are you first?
Absolutely.
Before you go and looking for somebody to date or something. Define yourself. Who are you? So we are not talking about title. We are not talking about, you have a house. And we're talking about, who are you? What is your mission on this planet?
Absolutely. So
why are you here on this planet? Who is there for you to support you and to help you in this planet? Know that you are born within a family, within people. All right? You don't born in the jungle alone. You're born within a family. community. And these people program you with their belief system. But you have to define yourself. Who are you? Know thyself.
Yeah. So I had to start questioning. Remember that I had to start questioning everything that I've been taught. And know that the truth is only available to those who are starting to question everything that they've been taught.
Deep, can you repeat that again?
The truth is available to those who are questioning everything that they have been taught.
Write it down. Take a note. The truth is available for those who are
questioning everything
they are taught. That means awakening.
Yeah.
Awakening. When you awaken, you question things. You go to church now, you listen to the pastor, you are questioning a lot of things, which is not going to make sense to you as a critical thinker. All right, because you need to question.
Yeah, and also remember that when I was going through that process of getting to know who I am, I was now in a position to say that, okay, Lebo, you've been told this, but what is my truth? I had to go out and seek my own truth. Create my own beliefs that were, that were not self-sabotaging, but the beliefs that were going to help me to rise above from where I was and becoming a better human being.
Okay.
But the relationship that starts first with me before I can relate with anybody
All right.
else.
So now we talk about how to find a partner. That means know yourself first. All right. Find yourself first. Know yourself, and then
Relate with
what you
yourself
know
first.
yourself will relate or reflect into who you are seeking, which is called the power of attraction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Power of attraction. All right. Whatever you think is whatever comes your own way.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Thoughts become things.
Thoughts become things. So when you think this is the partner, you have to describe the partner that you want, exactly what you want, and meditate on that, visualize it on that. I'm giving you a secret now. Technique. Even you can just take a picture of the partner you want, put it by your bedside. I'm giving you a secret. Take note.
But before it gets there, remember it begins first with the character.
The character
For me,
formation.
characteristics of a person matters more than the physical being of a person.
Take note of this. Subjective approach through objective adjustment. I repeat again. Subjective approach through objective adjustment. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you want somebody, it's kind of subjective, all right? You don't know, but it becomes a subject for you. It becomes a subliminary, kind of abstract figure. So you create that yourself mentally. Don't forget, the mind is very powerful. You create your own thoughts, visualize it, meditate over it, contemplate on that, visualize it, what you want in your life. Just like you want a beautiful car in your life, you get it. You always get it. You can also get a woman. You can manifest. Manifestation. Manifest who you want in your life.
But with pure intentions.
Yeah.
Manifestation, creation, let's say for an example, we're talking about...
Because nothing comes easily to the... If you want a woman, you don't just going to sit in your room and say, I want a woman. No. You work on it also.
You work on yourself.
You work on yourself.
Because you're going to attract what you are. You
If
work on
you want a job, you don't just sit down at home, say, I want a job, or no. You put action also.
Absolutely.
So, find a woman also involve you going out.
Complimenting you.
Seeking what you are looking for.
Absolutely.
You can also do it online. Now, everybody looking for online. Go online.
But remember,
even though they say online have a lot of scammers and all those things, out of that, your angel can come from the devil. Remember that diamond is a dirt mineral. You get it from the jungle of online. The voice will tell you, that's the one for you. Out of the wolves,
you will know
over there.
You will know purely.
You will know if you're in tune with your inner self. You will know.
And if it's
the voice will speak to you, the ancestors will speak to you, and if nature will speak to you.
And if the person is just playing, if it's just for fun, remember that also in terms of expectations, people want to go online and say, I'm looking for marriage. You don't just go and say you're looking for marriage. You want to go there, have fun, meaning you want to put your profile there, put your profile being truthful. Because
don't be shy and shame of yourself, because you know, people are judgmental that, oh, you're going online, it's full of scammers and all those things, and you know, all those things. I can tell you personally, I find my God, I find my goddess online. You can do the same.
Awesome. Yeah.
When you're working with yourself, the inner temple will tell you the one. And also be critical. Use logic. Use your common sense God gave you to question.
Can I also add something to that? Because I remember when...
Do your due diligence also.
Absolutely. I remember when I met this beautiful soul, which was also through the same platform, you know, but the fortunate part of it about me, that I was as truthful as I am today. There wasn't anything that I added to say this that I was not. You know, I went there innocently, and having to be there, I knew that time when I met this person, my inner voice said, my inner being said to me that he is the one. The person took me through the interrogation room. I was interrogated.
Because probably that person is serious.
Yeah,
damn serious.
I
that person is not joking with you.
You know, so I was asked questions and
because
that and that and that.
And
having to go through that. I remember actually there was, after we've communicated, I said, I don't know, but anyway. And then we stopped communicating and all that. But I knew, because
the inner voice is speaking.
The inner voice
to you.
said, he is the one. And we stopped communication between myself and this beautiful soul. And up to the point where in 2020, during COVID, I think there was during COVID, when, you know,
lockdown,
during the
lockdown at home.
And
were you there?
When
I hope you're there.
Yeah.
That means go back to yourself.
Absolutely.
Be in the perfect solitude with yourself.
So when I was actually going through that and looking at the list, the checklist that I had, you know, that I was expecting this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and I said, no, it's unfair to be asking from somebody to say that meet this. Do I, as Ulebo, you know, meet all these expectations that I expect from somebody else? I went through my checklist.
You expect what they call it, perfect man made already, whatever.
You know, so I started going through my checklist to say, oh, the guy that I said, wow, I think I've met this one. I've worked on this area of my life. I started doing the peeling off, the peeling. And I realized that, no, I think now there's a light that is coming out. I'm becoming better. You know?
Always when we are looking online, we always expect that, oh, the man should have this, the man should have this and this and that and less than that. What about, do you also have those things you're asking?
Absolutely.
Do you have it?
So
if you don't have it, start working on yourself. Yeah, so we'll be back again. But let me give the final thought for the Queen.
So after the peeling off, I said, wow, I think I'm quite happy with the improvement in terms of what the list, you know. I said, wow, you know, looking at this, comparing, I said, wow, Lebo, I think you've really done well. And I patted myself, I said, Lebo, you've done well. You know,
that means she's been working on herself.
Yes.
Not expecting that man to bring the
best out of me. No, to bring the best out of me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and after that process is when I said to the universe, I am ready. I am ready to meet my soulmate. And within a short space of time, it was a manifestation of that.
Okay. We'll be back again. Goddess and goddesses and gods, thank you for watching this channel with us. Kings and Queens is about relationships. We want you to have the best relationships ever to eternity. So we're not talking about just superficial relationships and all this. We're talking about deeper relationships. We start from childhood. Don't forget, childhood. We're going up. We'll be back. Now that you find a man, what next? Stay tuned. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again. Queens and Kings. We are back again. This is about relationship. My name is Kwame. Around the world.
Oh.
Are you a label?
Yes, sure.
From South Africa. A mother of 2. I'm a father of 3. We are sharing our thoughts on relationships, starting from the grassroots as a child. When you are a child, growing up as an adult. We talk about finding a partner. Now that we find the partner, finally, based on our inner voice, telling us, that's the one for me. Out of the million, one person stood up and you say, that's my partner for life till I die. This is what relationships are about. We're talking about going to eternity. You guys growing in your 70s, in your 80s, holding hand in hand together. We're not talking about superficial relationship. We're talking about deep core of relationship. Now that you find the man, the apple of your eye, your dream, your path of attraction, manifestation, you find that person. What do you do with this woman in your life?
Okay.
Or what do you do with this man in your life? What next? What do you do? Now you find each other now. Okay, probably now. What do you start? Maybe probably you find this woman have also a child, divorce or not, or just a single person, or just who doesn't have any kid at all, or we can bring forth a child, but you have that person, your partner as your life partner, your soulmate. What do you do next? What do we do?
Okay.
Now that we find each other, what do we do?
I think...
or what do they do?
Yeah. It all begins with the relationship with thyself again. For me to go and relate with you or relate
let's say it's always common. Let's say it's always common that I have a kid on my own. I have 2 divorces, and you also have a kid on your own. Maybe they are young kids, they are old. How do we, intertwine these things? Because I'm loving you, and then I find out you have a kid. How am I going to deal with these things? Okay. Should I share my love with the kids, or should I have a separate love relationship with the kids?
Okay. Remember,
I know you might also have the same. You might also be in the same situation.
Yeah.
And it's very common.
I think as parents, even those who are not parents, we come from this divine source which is love. Having to love our fellow being, our fellow human being, it shouldn't really be an issue, because for me, I think having to give love, I'm giving part of me. You can't give something that you do not have. So having to relate with your partner's children, you just having to find a way to get to know them individually, because children are not all the same. Even your own children as a parent, even from me as a parent, with my 2 children, they are both different, So I'm raising my daughter,
certain ways.
It's certain ways.
They are used to you.
Yes. Particularly.
Yeah, they are used to you. Before you have another man now coming in, the jealousy, because they feel that you are taking their space.
Before we even get there, because having to raise up children, it also requires a certain skill and understanding. Because I was once a child, I was once a teenager, I was also brought up by a stepfather, actually a father who adopted all of us. So how he related with us, he embraced us. So for me, having to give love, it's kind of easy, because I'm giving part of who I am. I am love. I'm coming from the divine source of love. If it's about dealing with other issues, is now when we're stepping in to say that, you know what, each and every child is different. This one wants to be approached in this way. This one wants to be approached in this way.
Relationship is not easy.
It's not easy. Yeah.
It's not easy, but don't be scared. We're going to give you a solution. That's why we are here for you.
Yeah.
We are here for you. Africans Worldwide, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Our channel is Inner Temple Mission. We have more videos there for affirmation, meditations to be stronger. We have affirmation on water. We have affirmation on money. We're going to talk about that, finance in relationship also. So back to Queen again. So we're talking about we have relationship. We find the partner now.
Finding balance.
Have
finding balance also with the
children, and also how do we deal with all those things,
and also knowing that when you're coming into a relationship with your partner, you are not there to compete with your past or your ex-past or your partner's past, or whichever way. You are there as an individual for you to co-create together, to bring the best and inspire each other, than to take each other's head and put it in the sand while one is going through challenges. Even in terms of raising up children, you find a collective way to say that, listen, maybe the child is wrong in this area. You don't say, no, don't talk to my child like that. We agree to say that this is an approach that we're going to use as parents to find a balanced way to talk. Either you're going to be the one addressing the matter, or I'm going to be the one addressing the matter.
So again, we talk about one voice.
Absolutely.
One voice in marriage, one voice in relationship, one voice with dealing with the children. All right. Sometimes when you have a partner that have a kids, the kids feel that you are taking their place, so they'll become, kind of a resentment, kind of those things. So that's what maturity comes in also. That's also wisdom comes in how to handle this situation.
Absolutely.
But make sure that you work with your partner to have one voice addressing her children or your children or both kids. One voice is very important. And also make sure that your partner or your spouse, now that you find each other, becomes number one. And I said my formula is 1 + 1 = 1. You are one now, not me. It becomes we.
Absolutely.
We. So that
It's
the
a
children know that you guys are a team.
A collective.
You are together, strong together. If not, they will break you.
Absolutely.
They will break you into pieces before you know.
Absolutely.
You don't even want to come home no more,
Absolutely.
because you are scared of the kid, the child, the big boy. You're scared of it. No, you have to work together with your partner to have one voice. It's very important.
Absolutely.
If not, they'll break you down.
And also to
And
find,
it's not easy.
and to
They'll
find
break you
balance, to find balance in a relationship, because we are all creating. Everyone wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be appreciated. Everybody wants to be adored.
The power of
Everybody
love.
wants to, absolutely.
Love supreme.
Absolutely.
Love
So-
conquers all, they say. With love in your heart, you'll also be able to love the kids, which is not your own, but you take them as your own.
Absolutely.
You understand? Love is very important. It's not only about loving your wife, or you also share that love among. But don't let third party get involved in your relationship. Don't let your mother, your father, or your siblings, or friends get involved in your relationship. You got to deal with your
Okay.
partner.
I will add to that to say that it depends when you allow them. There are those who are there to inspire, with all the positivity, positive.
But again, be in control of your own relationship.
You've got to be in control.
You got to be in your own
Yeah.
control. Like my dad always say, if you cannot think, somebody will think and use you.
So
That's what God give you, talent and wisdom. But you can also listen to people, but be in control, be responsible, take ownership
okay.
of your own relationship. Ownership of your relationship.
Absolutely. I will add also to that to say that be in a position to select sugar from sand. Don't
Okay.
just take anything and say that, oh, they're saying this, that. Select sugar from sand, because
Listen.
they all look the same. So be in that space where you're saying that I'm only taking what is wiser, that is going to enhance my life to become a better life, than to be grabbing everything and taking it all in. You're not going to be in a position to bear fruit. But you want to be in a relationship that that it's sweet, it's nurturing, it's building, it's inspiring, it's making things fun. You're not just in this relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. You are in this relationship because of a beautiful co-creation with each other, enjoying each other's company, enjoying each other's guidance, your discernment, my discernment. We put that together. We are there to guide and inspire
And
each
don't
other.
forget, the children are also learning from you.
Absolutely.
But let's put it this way. Not everybody wants to have a partner who have a kid also. Fair enough. Fair enough. So go and look for somebody who doesn't have a kid and create your own.
But it's not a guarantee of happiness.
It's not a guarantee.
Absolutely.
This world, that most people have a partner, they have children already. It's not easy.
sure.
And those who finish university, they are looking for money. They are not seriously looking for a relationship. Money is at the top of a lost value system, and morality is down. This what is it now. We are running after money, but we are not running after the inner engineering, the quality. So you're gonna meet somebody who's divorced, who have kids already, either they are young or big. But what I'm saying, when love is powerful, when love is supreme, you try to understand the things around that person you're also dating, the family structure, the children's structure, and all those things. You guys have to have one voice to address the kids. That's very important.
I think one voice, not only for the kids, but one voice. For an example, as a couple,
When you
we
go
know
out.
that when we go out, we go with one voice. When you
Yeah.
get to the public, because sometimes you can be really, really, be distracted by so many,
Yeah.
many things and
Temptations,
all that, and all that, many things,
vibration.
and all that. And are you going to be talking to your partner in public that way, or are you going to say that, this is the matter, that I'm going to take it to the head office?
Again,
Yeah.
that comes from charity begins at home also. When you see your parents behaving good and all that, you copy that, you imitate that also. You incorporate those. That sometimes your parents don't argue in front of you children. They go room, so you adopt those qualities from your mother and your father. So that's why it's very important that parents are there to become. I use three factors. A parent is there for parenting. A parent is there as a guardian. A parent is there as a friend also.
Absolutely.
So those are the things that we should incorporate. Because don't forget, you're growing up kids to become adults, and they're going to have relationships.
And also remember that also at the same time, as I normally say to my children, that they don't have to take everything that I've taught them.
Exactly.
Because I had to go and I was brought up in a certain way, and after my divorce I had to go and seek my own truth, and I shared that light with my children. And I said to my children, don't take everything that I'm teaching you or that I'm sharing with you. Go and seek their own truth, so that you don't become the product, so that you don't become a product of your mother.
Exactly.
Seek their own truth.
Exactly, because we are on a different generation.
Absolutely.
And also, let me add to that that nobody in this world is perfect, and there's no school to become a parent. Human beings don't go to any school to become a parent. Do you have a school that your father and mother goes to become a parent? No. We are all learning from our mothers and fathers, grandmothers,
our daily journeys,
and life experiences.
Absolutely.
And then we put in these things into the child. Let the child also explore. The child is a human being.
And stop instilling fears in our
children.
Start
hijacking
the
child's
dreams
blessings.
Of our absolutely.
If the child want to be a doctor, you hijack it to become a construction, because that's what you do. And that's what you know. Or if the child want to be a musician, you hijack it that, oh, it should be a lawyer because you're a lawyer. No. Let the child also explore itself. And that, through the exploration, will be attractive to another entity that they can cohabitate and create together.
And everything that is done out of passion, rewards will be part of it. So if you're doing something passionately, you will definitely, the rewards will be very high. Than somebody having to get into a career. I've interviewed candidates coming from different, from your executive level up to, your junior positions, where somebody will tell you that I'm doing this just for an income, or I'm doing this for this, People are not doing that because they're passionate about it. They're doing that because of, they want to be paid for it. They're looking for high-paying jobs. And when those opportunities are not there anymore, with all the qualifications that they have, they've got nothing else to offer.
Exactly.
But if you're teaching a child to say that follow your passion, follow your dreams, you will never be lost in your own world again, because you can, or even if you do get lost somewhere along the journey, you detour, you will always find a way back back home to yourself. Somebody will guide you back to yourself. Because it's what you know most. Because even what we're doing currently, we're talking something that everyone out there knows about, but from time to time we just need somebody who will just guide us back home to ourselves.
So queens and queens, kings and kings, and queens and kings, goddess and gods, if you're listening, take note please, and share this wisdom and knowledge to the world. All right, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Inner Temple Mission. Our Facebook group is Africans Worldwide, where we take this for further discussions, like a think tank, where we throw in, do research on it, come with solutions, because we want the best for you. And also comment also, so that we can hear your voice, your thoughts. Share with us, all right? And share this video with the world, all right? We'll be back again. So the next will be marriage now. You find a woman, you know what your project is about, you have goals. What do you do next? Are you going to marry the person, or you're not going to marry the person? If you marry the person, what are the things that you need to perform? What are the rituals? I don't know. Some people don't believe in rituals, but we're going to tell. Next will be marriage. All right? Are you ready? Do you have your ring? Show me your ring. We'll be back. Stay tuned. Hey, we are back again. My name is Kwame.
My name is Lebo.
All right, we are here to help you on your relationship. All right. So now we're back on marriage. What is marriage? What does it mean to you? Are you ready? You find your perfect partner. Do you want to marry? Is it necessary to marry this person? Are you doing it for society, formality, officially? Is it a status symbol in society that, oh, you have a ring, I'm married? Or is it something in your culture? Is it ritual? Is it tradition? Why not just live happily together without committing to each other? We'll be back shortly. My battery is running down, but we'll be back. We'll break it down.
Yeah, sure. Marriage is a beautiful thing when two people come together and co-create with each other. Otherwise, if that is not properly approached, because before people get married, they need to know in terms of education, finances, children, do you want to have children? You know, it covers the relationship 360. If that is not covered, there are going to be problems. Otherwise, somebody else is going to find themselves trapped in a relationship that is not working, or a marriage that is not.
So, before the marriage, people have to have their finances checked.
Yeah, sure.
They have to have income creating for them, multiple streams of income.
They must be discussed.
Money is good if you have it. And they must also have to have assets.
Absolutely.
A place on their own, a house on their own. You understand? You see that? And then they must also have a career, a skill.
Yeah.
Eh? So that nobody is depending as a provider and all those things. And when you're not there, your wife cannot function, your children can't function. No. Your wife had to be a soldier independent on her own, but in a relationship.
And also because it becomes more beautiful when it's a co-creation together with each other. Because
so finances have to be checked, assets have to be checked.
Health also.
Health too, eh?
Health is also very important.
Stop eating that junk food all the time. I know. I also eat junk food, but don't do it too much more than me. Eh? Be a vegetarian is good, but I'm not saying that be a vegetarian completely. Do what is good for you. Eat food that helps you nutritionally. All right, that builds you up stronger, because marriage is not easy. You're gonna be thinking, it's gonna drain you. So be mentally aware and be prepared. Be fit. Do sport, exercise, all these things. We're talking about health and wellness, asset acquisition.
Planning together.
Absolutely. Structuring together.
But remember that before people get themselves into a commitment, there are certain things that I need to know to say that this is my journey, this is what I'm doing, this is, you've
your
got
project.
You've got plans.
Your individual project, your individual goals.
That's the reason I said each and every one. We get into this journey knowing that I've got my own plan. Yeah. When you meet a partner that is in alignment with you, they are there to also to support you mentally, to say that when they see that, oh, you're working on this project, you check on each other, let's say for an example, on a day-to-day, because you've got your own tight schedule, I've got my own tight schedule. Once a week, just to say, hey babe, how are you doing? Where do you need my help? I check on you. Where are you? Where do you need my help? How can I support you? Because the more you fulfill your dreams, the more we celebrate that together, those rocket of desires together as a team. Also, when I achieve those goals, you know that I contributed, I assisted my woman to achieve that certain goal.
So you have to support each other.
We support. It's what
in everything that you do.
Not stopping your life.
For stop your goal.
Stopping your life. That's the reason.
Yeah,
the resentment
that's where resentment comes in.
The resentment comes in to say I'm
supposed to have my degree because I met you as I want you to go be nursing and all those things, and then now you are nurse, you are doctor, you have making more money than me, and then this conflict comes.
You owe me mentality.
No, yes, I owe you because I pay for your tuition and all those things.
And even if it's not finance, but just if you were there to support the person,
and that brings ego also.
Yeah, it brings a lot of things, unhealthy things, that it brings bitterness, resentment, and all those negative tendencies that makes two people who fell in love, tomorrow to be hating each other, as there is a thin line between love and hate.
Thin line between love and hate. You hear that? So that means your goals have to match together. You support each other. Whatever you are doing together, it should be together.
Out of pure intentions.
Yeah, pure intention. Like I would say that If there's pure love, it's a true love, there's no any negative intention, but to love each other. I repeat again. If there's a pure love, supreme love, without no negative intention, the only thing that you can do together is to love each other. That's it.
And inspire each other.
Without no intention. Yeah. You get it? So, thank you all for listening. Relationship is a journey on its own. It begins from your childhood, the one you are born into this world. The way you started your journey, that's how you're going to end also.
Just to add to that.
Along the line, you're going to learn a lot of things, build it up, but relationship, when it comes, dealing with yourself first, knowing yourself, and then once you know yourself, you can go on to the world and seek who is part of your reflection, who is in your inner temple, who will be there for you till you die. That's my take on that. And now let's hear the Queen's take on that.
And also,
end of this session.
also just
but don't forget to subscribe. Okay.
And also just to add to that, that the journey begins when you are born. But remember that there are also some of us that has had stumbling blocks, the detour in the journey and all that.
Yeah, sure.
One must not be...
It's a learning lesson.
Yeah, look at it as a school in the past.
It's a school of thought.
Yeah, that you look back and say, these are the lessons done, rather than being trapped in the past. Because if you are trapped in the past, you won't be in a position to attract a beautiful future.
Exactly.
So, but the more you look at that and say, I've learned this, I've learned this, I've learned this, I've learned this, and for me to be where I am as part of the journey, you tend to embrace that more. And the more you embrace that more, the more you would be in a position to attract the relevant person that will be there to complement you.
Thank you. On that note, I'll say we are here to learn, relearn, and unlearn.
Absolutely.
The only absolute truth in this world is that you are born, life, and you die. And before you die, let the moment be your best. The best time of your life till you die happily. Ashe, Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe. I salute you, the divinity within you. I bow down to your inner temple within you, so that your relationship with yourself, with the universe, plants and animals will be fulfilling, so that you'll be the light from the dark to the light, from imperfection to perfection. Use this knowledge that we share with you to make a better relationship. And if it worked for you, don't forget to thank me, to thank her.
It is well.
Ashe, 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 Ashe.